Back. We are going to be doing another analysis today. As you can see, we got Boston Uprising once again. This is going to be a later match for them. As you can see, the one that we saw against Seoul was they were at 1 and 2 at that point. Now they are at 3 and 3. And this match was very important. It was for the playoffs. I didn't watch all of it. I caught most of like the last map, but a lot of the early and mid stuff I was not able to watch. So this is going to be very interesting. This match, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but I'll say it was very close. So yeah, essentially this game, if Dallas wins, they're in. If they lose, they're out. Boston, if they lose, they're out. If they win, they were most likely in. But depending on how the last couple of matches shook out, they still might not have made it 100%. But yeah, so we're going to be doing pretty much what we did in the last analysis. We're going to be going over stuff, seeing if we can pick out some of the reasons for why each team won each map. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. This is a new mic that I'm using, if you haven't noticed. So I checked audio, but if there's anything wrong with it, make sure to let me know if you make it into the chat. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. This was a great match, so I am excited for this one. It should be another fun one. Alright, so we're going to look at compositions real quick. Boston, you got standard 3-3, otherwise known as GOATs. Yeah, nothing to note there. And Dallas, this is a pretty common strategy for them, especially on control maps. They are going to be playing with their off-tank RCK on Sombra. Other than that, they still have the 3 supports. They have the Reinhardt with the Zarya, so they are sacrificing D.Va. So let's see how the Sombra plays against GOATs. There. I just wanted to bring up chat on my phone so I don't miss anything. Alright, so teams are going to be poking, scouting out their compositions, of course. Boston opting for high ground here, but they are going to have to come down for the point, as you can see right now. So Dallas doing a little bit better on the poke war. RCK goes super, super low. But Fusions gets caught out. He was a little bit up there. And with the pole there, I think the Boston got a little bit split and uncoordinated, and that's why they lost Fusions earlier there. And of course, in GOATs, if you lose somebody, like your Reinhardt is definitely an example, you have to get out of there. So they're going high ground again. I don't know. It's like I don't really see the point of going up there. You're not really gonna do a whole lot of damage, and like they did, you're gonna have to come down. OGE getting dropped down this time, as well as Unko and AKM. Here comes the hack from RCK. It gets looks like all 6. It was absolutely massive. And yep, they're gonna get the cleanup kills. So very good start for Dallas here on Ilios. Of course, I'm sure if you've watched Overwatch, you've heard this, but it's important to note that Sombra is very important because when you get a good ult from her, you don't really need any other alts, especially with these, especially in these comps. If Boston can't use if RCK hacks all 6 like he did there, there's no way for Boston to win that fight. They're trying to see through the fucking 180 quality for some reason. Fusions goes down yet again. Boston looks like they look really bad right now. They look extremely uncoordinated. Fusions keeps getting overextended and killed. Switch off of auto, see if that makes it better. Alrighty, so this is last fight already. Good news for Boston is they have 5 ultimates, but Dallas also has 3. Closer gets a... Wow. How did he get... I don't think that was an environmental. I think he just finished him. Let's see if we can go back and catch it. Okay, looking at Kelix's health bar. Yeah, he's with them. Oh yeah, so he just wow, he gets hit by some of the orbs from Unko, and then Closer just pops over the top and finishes him off. So that's massive. Um, Dallas should definitely win this now. Trance is coming out, Diva Bomb, essentially everything coming out at this point. No kills for it. That's going to favor Dallas. Now they're fighting. Looks like Boston will probably get the flip here, but with fusions going down, that's not really going to matter. That's not important to Dallas. As long as they get all the kills here, they'll just be able to walk in, reflip the point, and win. Yeah, I mean, Color Hex is dead. Fusions is coming back on the Wrecking Ball. Yeah, this map is over, or this point of this map is over. Honestly, Dallas played that very well. Their positioning was really good. They didn't have anybody overextend really at any point, and because of that, Boston really wasn't able to push in and do much. They didn't really. It didn't look like they in the first fight they got RCK low, but after that, it looked like they didn't really touch him. So yeah, that's a very good start for Dallas. Going to Well. So Well is interesting because some teams opt into an Orisa. Sometimes if they're Atlanta, it's a Tor, but a lot of other teams they'll do like a McCree, and sometimes other DPS heroes. And then a lot of the time you see what these teams are running, which is the Winston Goats. All right, OGE jumps in first. Fusions doesn't jump in. He just gets some zap on the Diva and then jumps away, which is not too bad. OGE getting booped on approach there. OGE getting super low, but the backline got assassinated by AKM and Zachary. So it looks like should be a win for Dallas, but with AKM going down, actually, it could go either way. Note doesn't have a mech, and RCK's mech is full, so that'll give them an advantage. Boston does get an early cap. I think that's a mistake from Dallas. I think the Diva's definitely healthy enough there to have kept contesting. They should win this fight, but yeah, they didn't. They had numbers and didn't get aggressive. Oh, Fusions Fusions gets booped on his jump in. That's Closer's playing really well at this point. You can tell why they added him this offseason. Great Lucio player. And Calix is gonna get chunked down. So I mean, for Boston, you didn't even really win a clean fight, and you got 29% um, on the point. So it's not worst case for them by any means. Blase has the rally, and Zachary does not, so that's another advantage for them. Color Hex has his. They have the two very important ones with Aim God and Color Hex. Note is going to have to charge up that Diva Bomb though if they want to hit the combo. Dallas is also looking good. They're about to have 5 alts. Aim God gets picked by Closer. I mean, Closer this match. Wow, he's the MVP in this map. AKM does get taken down, though. Oh, boy. Yeah, they were extremely split. I don't know why AKM was there. RCK eats the grab from Color Hex. He didn't eat the Diva Bomb, of course. Zachary gets booped. That's a nice kill by Kelix. Yeah, this will be a flip. OGE pops the Primal, but there's nothing he can really do at this point. Unko does okay, they're committing to this. I don't know why both teams are committing to this. I think that's well, we'll see if the combo can get anything. They're drawing out even more alts, and they get 2. All right, Dallas is actually going to hold this point. That's insane. I think it was pretty ill-advised to pop all your alts there with the disadvantage they had, but it did end up working for them, and Boston used alts to try to prevent that. They used both support alts. They kind of layered them. Aim God used it like just after the beat was gone, so they're not gonna have those alts. Dallas really has nothing either. They're gonna have rally, but that's it. Fusion's taking a bunch of damage for no reason there. That was not a good jump at all. Fusion's really leaves a lot to be desired whenever he plays Winston. He does pick up the kill on AKM. RCK eats another grab by Color Hex. He didn't eat a sound barrier. I don't know why that glitch is there sometimes. Alright, so Boston is able to flip it, but they're going to have to win 2 more fights. Otherwise, Dallas will take this first map. This point has been pretty sloppy by both teams, honestly. We've seen Zarya's be left alone. We've seen Winston's with ill-advised jumps that don't get them a lot of percentage and they take a lot of damage. We have seen some good Lucio play though. Kelix and Closer getting some boops, some opening kills. Boston, I mean, they got 2 ults. Aim God should be able to get to his trance as long as he doesn't die early. But they don't have the best ultimates here. OGE and Zachary popping their ults. But Dallas isn't really chunking anyone down. Fusions is now in his primal. It's not a very effective final primal at all. Oof. Somebody, yeah, Unco falls there. That was a very, very sloppy engage by Dallas. Looked like they just kind of walked in, pressed Q, and then kind of like walked in a circle. OGE was jumping in and doing stuff, but like RCK was nowhere to be seen. AKM wasn't doing much damage. I mean, Zachary popped his ult and did not get much for the team. And now Boston should win this. They have a huge ult advantage. They're about to have 5 ultimates. They have everything but the primal. Once Blase gets up to that ultimate, ooh, okay, wasn't a great grab from AKM, but it did eventually get a couple people in it. Bombs doing nothing. OGE's gonna die. Yeah, barrier couldn't save him. AKM goes down. So it looks like we will go to a tiebreaker on this map. Very, very sloppy round. Neither of these teams look too comfortable on the Winston goats. And I would say OGE is definitely a better Winston than Fusions is. I don't consider Fusions Winston to be good at all, by any means. His Rhine is really good, though. Fusions is a really, really good Rhine. I would honestly probably put him in the top 8, maybe 6 Reinhardts in the league. And he is their primary shot caller. That is an important thing to note. No pun intended. I don't think Dallas, they're kind of a combination, like a lot of teams are. Like they get stuff from Closer and OGE. AKM is also a very vocal player, but I don't think he's necessarily shot caller. All right, so Dallas going to go back to what worked very well for them with the Sombra. Boston going back to Rhine Goats. So we should see a bit cleaner play. Cheeky by RCK. Okay, he does get spotted out by Aim God. RCK going for the slide by. He did do that on purpose, it looked like. Kelix's Discord, he's super low. He's going to have to be careful. Dallas definitely winning this poke battle. Note going low. OGE goes low, though. Oh, and he gets taken down by Aim God. So that's going to be Boston. Dallas had the advantage there, but then you saw RCK get chunked down by Note, I believe it was. So he had to translocate out, and as soon as that happened, the Uprising knew that their sustain was going to be better than Dallas because they could eat damage with their D.Va and do damage with their D.Va. So they were able to then push in really nice focus fire onto OGE, and that's what won them that fight, even though Dallas started the fight a little bit better. All right, RCK ripping up that charge, going up to all the way to 90. Note going low, Fusion's going low, and yeah, that's just going to be a walk-in one fight by Dallas. Dallas, the majority of the times, is winning the poke battles, even running the Sombra variation of goats, even though it's not goats if you have a Sombra. So I think that does not bode well for Boston early on in this series. Boston's strength is just straight up goats. So if they have trouble with Sombra, I think it could be a very, very long match for them. Dallas absolutely loaded on ultimates, but Boston is also getting loaded. That's going to be all 6. I think a lot of times in these situations, I think Boston was probably expecting that, which is why I don't understand why Blase pops the Brig ult there. Like, I think a thing that teams should do, especially in GOATs, because you essentially have to be together in GOATs. There's no point in playing GOATs if you're going to split up, even like to prevent an EMP. I think in those cases, you just walk in, you say, okay, guys, we're going to walk in like we're going to fight, but nobody pop any ults because we're probably going to get EMP'd. And I understand that you initiate with Brigitte ultimate sometime, like a lot of the time, but in that situation, I think you just have to bait out that bait out that EMP. So another easy wipe for Dallas here. Starting to get in danger territory for Boston, but they're still at 5 ultimates, and Dallas has now expended that Zarya ultimate. They're not going to have Sombra for a little bit. RCK goes super low. Does get back to health back though. That's a really nice grab. The combo comes in. Oh, it's a great shatter by OG, but it does not matter. The bomb's able to pick up 2. That's actually 2 for 2 trade. It's gonna get sloppy. RCK is gonna go down, so that should definitely be it for Boston. They're a lot healthier. They got people advantage. Yep, AKM down, Zachary down. So Dallas gets to 83, 4, 5. All right, so they'll probably be at 87. Yeah, they're at 87. So they essentially need to win one more fight, and then they just have to deal with respawns because if Boston gets wiped again, they will not have time to. They will not have time to just kind of like gather together as a team and say, okay, now we're gonna go in and approach. They're gonna have to go desperation mode, have a Diva touch or a Lucio touch, or switch to a Wrecking Ball. So Dallas still in pretty good shape here. They don't have much in the terms of ultimates. If RCK hits a massive EMP, they're fine, but he has to hit Aim God in it. Alright, he puts it out there, gets super, super low, puts it out, does not get Aim God, and that's... Oh! How does Fusions go down when Aim God is using his trance? Okay, that's good focus fire from Dallas, because the trance was up, and they were still able to take him down. I think Boston's screwed at this point. They will be able to drop Sound Barrier? Where's Calyx? That's a late Sound Barrier, and he gets hacked. I think he got hacked while he was casting it. And that's a disaster. RCK does not have EMP. If you're Calyx, you have to Sound Barrier there like immediately when they get into that choke. Yeah, Dallas is going to pick that up. Honestly, that was a sloppy round. Just overall, both teams. Closer's going to sleep. AKM doesn't look that happy, even though they won. Someone telling him to keep his chin up. I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a bit sloppy, but they won, so you can't be too mad about it if you're Dallas. Got some nice milk. Alright, Omen by HP. So we're going to skip to map number 2. What was it? King's Row, I believe. Oh boy, I spammed forward too much. Okay, looks like they are loading in. Advertising the Dallas Ultimate Weekend, April 27th and 28th. No, I can't. Say I can't like blow or anything when the mic is that close. My bad. This mic is very like high quality, high tier, so it picks up like everything. Let me know if you guys like this mic more than the other one. Yeah, so King's Row. This is another map where you can definitely see some Sombra. So we'll see if Dallas runs that, and then we'll see if they do that again, will Boston come back and try to run more of possibly Ana. A lot of people like to play Ana in response to Sombra, so we'll see if they do that. Yeah, I would say one map in, these teams are pretty evenly matched. Dallas won the first point very convincingly, but the second two were a lot closer. So I think at this point, if you're a Boston fan, you're like, oh man, crap, we lost that first map, but we're definitely not out of it. And if you're a Dallas fan, you're like, okay, that's good, we won the first map, but it's not over by a long shot. Alright, Dallas is running that Sombra once again. I wish that they would highlight the Sombra a little bit more. Now that I've been using the command center more, when I like watch these over, it's like, man, I wish I had that, because there's a lot of times where I'm like, okay, I really want to know what this player is doing right here, but I cannot say, or I can't watch it because The command center only works when broadcasts are live. That's really unfortunate. So Boston loses note, and they have to get pushed back. They did get a tick, but overall they're not going to be super happy about that attack, especially because they know that RCK is going to be getting close to that EMP. As we can see, he is at 85. So he's poking in. They've already identified him. They knock him back with the flail. Now they're going to go in. That's smart. That's a great idea because you know he's probably going to have to translocate and re-engage. All right, so there he is. He did translocate back. And there's going to be the EMP. Fusions did go down. That's... Ooh, and... So that's actually not bad. This is not worst case for Boston. They did use the rally, but it's not a big deal. It's probably the least important ultimate for Goats, and they forced out the EMP, and Aim God kills RCK, which is extremely important because he didn't get a chance to build up his EMP for the rest of that fight. So you know that he's like we can see he's at 9. They know that he's going to be very low right now. They are getting the Grav online. Hopefully he doesn't get eaten. It's already been eaten twice by RCK. RCK is playing very, very well so far. Yeah, so Boston not going to find anything once again. You invested your trance, and they still have Grav, so things aren't looking great for Boston here. We've seen fusions go down early a lot so far. There comes the Grav, and yeah, they're not going to be able to do anything about it. It was very smart by Boston, though. They did not invest the sound barrier there. So that was good. Note is going to get staggered quite brutally here. You hate to see it. Oh. Oh, no. Tactical crouching by OGE. But who will get the last laugh? So for Dallas, I mean, this is the beauty of Sombra. They used the Grav, they won the fight, now they have Sombra. They can use her ult, they can win the fight. Fake AM does a lot of damage since he's charged up. He'll be getting close to his next Graviton. And that is the scariness. That is Sombra. So yep, here it comes out again. Fusion's going to get wiped. No shield, no chance. Note going to get popped out of mech and killed again. Kelix is probably not going to make it out. Actually, he does get the armor pack. Nope, still doesn't make it out. So you invest sound barrier there, you get nothing for it. They have the combo, but Unco and Closer have their ultimates, so it's really looking rough for Boston right now. It just seems like they don't know how to play against the Sombra. They're walking in, they're getting isolated. Fusions is just getting bullied. Note gets hacked. Fusions goes super low. His Shatter does not accomplish anything. Aim God has his ultimate. Yep, he does use it right away. Okay. Blase might still go down. No, he does get the heal, so that's nice job of blocking. Color Hex gets knocked down, but they're not going to be able to follow up. And, alright, so Dallas is going to back off and then re-engage. RCK is about to have another EMP. This is going to be brutal. Yep, there it is. They did take out Zachary and OGE, though. This could actually go either way. No, Boston is going to actually win and keep it going. Okay, so I mean that was a great EMP. I think we're going to go back and look at that one more time because I think the problem here was when Boston was trying to come back in, they took too much poke damage. So even though RCK landed the EMP, Dallas took too much poke damage coming back in. So even though RCK hits the fat EMP, they're getting that armor from Blase, and they're beefy enough to win this fight. That's what I think happened here. Okay, so here comes a translocate. So, yeah, so you see Zachary's getting ripped. You have no support ults because you used them when the Grav came in. OGE's shields are essentially gone. AKM's also taking some damage, so you're gonna definitely be in some trouble here. And if you look at Boston, Note is the only one that's taking damage. They're starting to shoot Aim God, but he's chilling right here. If you just walk at him, you're gonna take so much damage from fusions and color hex. So yeah, there it goes. Zachary and OGE just get absolutely melted. That's great, great target selection by Boston and great focus fire. So overtime it looked rough for them, but they do get the first point. And for Dallas, I mean, You do. You're kind of close to. You're pretty darn close to your graviton, and you're also about to have trance. But I mean, Boston, they're getting close to everything except for rally. So I think you're probably gonna want to just take a fight and lose. If you're Dallas, you're gonna want to take it and lose pretty early on. Charge those ultimates, maybe force out an ult or two from them, and then you can get one more good contest um, before they get to B. Okay, grab out from Color Hex. They do invest the trance. I don't know. I don't know about that. I think you just take the loss there. Closer going down. Unco fusions get traded out. Yeah, Dallas invests everything. There's two more ultimates. That's a huge shatter from OGE. And then they use. Okay, I'm gonna say Dallas. If you're Dallas, they've literally invested everything. You have to win that fight, and they do win that fight. The only thing that they're getting close to now that's important though is, well, AKM should be able to charge as fast. But then closer is kind of close, but that's it. Boston, you do have three ults, not your best combination of ultimates, but you're still at 3-0 advantage. So if I'm Boston, I'm running right into them. I know they don't have EMP, so I'm just gonna sound barrier, walk into them, and win. Okay, they're gonna engage with the self-destruct. It picks up AKM. That's huge. I don't know how AKM dies to that. I think he was a little too far forward and he couldn't get behind OGE's shield. Oh, okay, that's great play right there. You see that? So we're going to go back starting at the self-destruct. Because I would like to see if we can how AKM got caught out by that. Because he should not die to a self-destruct. He's got his personal bubble at this point. RCK's in the back there. I think they just forced him to translocate out. Okay, so yeah, looks like I think he was on that side. I think he just picks the wrong corner to go around, and then he must have just when the fight started, he must have used his self bubble. Yeah, there he is. He's on the stairs, and he's not gonna survive that. That is rough. But then the other great thing that they do here is, so Fusion sees OGE playing the corner. And there's nothing wrong with playing this corner. It's a good strategy. But the rest of Dallas is disengaging. Because they lost AKM. So this is a bit of a miscommunication by Dallas. So OGE's chilling right here. This is the entire fucking team of Boston. Color X is hacked. That doesn't matter right now. OGE's gonna get destroyed. But Fusion sees this and he's like, okay, I'm just going to win this fight right here. Because they know if they win this fight right here, they will be able to get it into B without or they'll get it onto C without a real, another contest. So he's like, okay, OGE's chilling right there. I know AKM's dead. Boom. Closer's down, and Zachary's probably going to go down. Okay, so Zachary does stop it with his shield, but it doesn't matter. He's got no health. OGE's getting killed by the other guys around the corner. You might say it's kind of overkill. They were gonna win that anyway, but for Boston, there's already been a couple times on these first two maps where Dallas has brought back fights that we didn't think they were gonna win with a bunch of ultimates. So I like investing a shatter to make sure you win a fight. Especially in GOATs, you can't count on your shatter to do a bunch. So if you can get it to for sure lock up a kill, and then that will lead to two more kills. That's value for me. I do not mind that at all. Color Hex forcing RCK back. Man, the amount of times RCK has been at like 5 HP. Okay, so Boston does get pushed back there. That's a good situation for Dallas because if you look at that, all they used was the rally. They have their 5 ultimates, and while Boston has 3, they're still at a huge disadvantage for this next fight. Okay, so AimGod preemptively uses the trance, and he's going to be able to keep everybody up. But now here come the other ults. And, oh, Calyx is going to invest barrier. They're going to invest, oh, they're going for it completely. But they're just, yeah, they're not able to follow up on any of the kills. No, choosing not to use his self-destruct there. Interesting. He must have got it at the very end there. He might chuck it in now, knowing that some barriers are low. Yep, it is going in. Does it get kills? It does pick up Zachary, but Blase goes down. Nice charge by Fusions. Unko is one shot. Okay, they will be able to finish him. Man, there's been a lot of times in this series where one team looks like they're going to just lose, and then they invest a bunch. So, overtime. We're going to get one last full fight here. Fusions gets hacked. That's pretty massive. Note is going to have to just contest, but he's probably going to lose mech because of it. And it goes low, but can they get the ults from it? Color Hex, that's a nice grab. Fusions goes down, though, so even though they pick up Zachary, it's probably not going to matter. Color Hex is super low. Oh, it's a nice transfer from Aim God, but it's not going to matter. When you lose your Reinhardt in that situation, there's just not going to be much you can do when you're the offense, so they will not get completion. It's a nice hold from Dallas. I'm gonna quick shrink my face cam here while we wait in between rounds. So don't mind that. There we go. That should be a little less intrusive. I forgot to do that after the last predictions video. And for you that are wondering about the stage playoffs, because there were two sets of teams that were tied. San Francisco and Seoul were tied for sixth, and then Philadelphia and Toronto were tied for third. And San Francisco and Seoul played a match to determine who would get the higher seed. San Francisco won that match. So San Francisco will be the 6th seed, Seoul will be the 7th seed, which means Seoul has to play New York in the first round. And then they were planning on doing a coin toss to determine the tiebreaker between Philly and Toronto. I don't know the result of that yet. I'll probably check it in a little bit if they've done the coin flip yet. But I would rather be the 4 seed, because the 4 seed plays Atlanta, the 5 seed, and the 3 seed plays San Francisco. So I'd rather play Atlanta than San Fran right now. Alright, RCK having to translocate out, but that's not too bad because he's still in the fight. Fusions is going to go down. You lose AKM, but that's not the end of the world. You should still be able to... Oh, Aim God with a great pick onto Unko, and that is the end of the world. They're going to have to back off. Aim God continues to impress. When Boston kind of benched Neko and put Aim God in, I was very confused. I was like, Neko's so good though. But I think that Aim God has also proven that he is a god in his own right. His name fits. So he's going to invest a pretty early trance here. That's questionable. You know the EMP. Yep, there's the EMP. It catches 5. Fusion's going down. Blase is gonna fall as well. Note, sayonara to your mech, and it's going to be a lot faster cap for Dallas than for Boston. They get it on the second try. They're going to have about 4 minutes and 40 seconds going on to B. Boston, not a whole lot for ultimates. I mean, you got your Shatter, you got your Bomb. Closer almost gets picked off there. Not a whole lot to work with for Dallas either. They do have the Grav, and you know that Aim God does not have his Trance, so this could be big. Note throwing in his bomb just to kind of disrupt, but it's not going to make a difference. I've realized that Note really likes to throw in his bombs a lot of the time. whether it's to try to split up another team or it's just to get a pick or to force out some barriers. I think he definitely does it more than a lot of other teams do, or than a lot of other divas do in the league. But if you're Boston, I mean, all you've really invested in that fight was the bomb. Color Hex is starting to get really close to that grav. And for Dallas, they did have to use the grav, but if you look at Dallas's ultimates, they're doing very well. They have a lot of ultimates. So I assume if you're gonna want to win this fight if you're Boston, but it's gonna be tough. Oh, RCK gets spotted out. He does get the heal though. He gets the hack, and they're slam whamma jammed, and that's going to be a waste of a trance by Aim God because you lose fusions. So essentially, it's not too complicated. Dallas has planned this game: kill fusions, isolate and kill fusions. And it's a good strategy. We've seen a lot of teams use that effectively to win matches. If you can isolate and kill the enemy Reinhardt, I mean, they're going to be in for a world of hurt. We saw the Gladiators do it to Super in an early matchup. We've seen it happen to Muma a lot. We've seen it happen to Fissure in a couple of matches. So, ult's coming out. It's going to be a nice little grab, but not going to be too much follow-up because of the ultimate from Kelix. Another grab comes in, but it's another huge slam by OGE. OGE having a really nice game, and EMP there, I don't really think they needed that, but I guess you make sure that you win the fight. But it's going to make it really, really hard for Dallas to win their next fight. I mean, look, they burned all their ultimates. VDEDGam's at 60, and he's high energy, so he's going to be your only chance right now. But Boston, they're going to have trance by then. They got the self-destruct. They are going to have to contest here. Only 3.5 meters away. Note, and to see another engage with the bomb. It forces Dallas back, but that's about it. Color X goes down. This could be it right here. AKM using that. Forces out the trance from Aim God. Fusion's coming out super low from that trance. Looks like he doesn't have much of a shield either. This is looking really, really bad. Oh, but Color Hex switches to Widow and comes back with 2 massive kills. That was sick. DPS does exist, boys. DPS other than Sombra exists. Crazy. So, it's also crazy to me how effective these guys can be on Widow. Like, playing against GOATs. He said, oh, Lucio. This, oh, poor RCK. He's like, hey, I can't get one shot up here. If someone tries to get me, I'll just translocate away. Little did he know, the Widow was there. Dallas does have 4 ults coming into this though, so they're in better shape than Boston for sure. Fusions is gonna have to get and convert on a big shatter. Aim God about to have his trance. There's the EMP, catches everybody. And there's going to be the cleanup. Looks like Dallas is going to go up 2-0. Oh yeah. Easy cleanup. So, that round was not very close. That was a pretty one-sided win for Dallas. For sure. You've seen it. When teams cannot adjust properly to playing against a Sombra, they have a lot of problems. We didn't see Boston switch up their comp at all. We didn't see them go for the Ana switch. We didn't see them try to mirror them. So they're clearly not super comfortable playing the Sombra, and that would probably be Note playing that Sombra, playing the Sombra. So. Not looking great for Boston's playoff hopes at halftime. But I will give you a little spoiler. Boston does turn it around and play a lot better in the second half. We're going to skip halftime. Probably gonna have to wait for it to load for a little bit. And then I believe map 3 was Horizon? I believe it was Horizon or Temple. One of the two. Holy crap. Still isn't over. Oh. Alright, it was Volskaya. I was wrong. Shocker. Alright. So we got Boston attacking first. Again, standard 3-3. Next breakdown I do is definitely going to be one where it's where at least one of the teams plays a bit more. Maybe I'll do a Chengdu match just because they're really fun, or maybe Guangzhou because they also switch it up. So Boston going to wrap around to the high ground and then drop down to point. I like that strategy because the Sombra doesn't get as much poke, but I mean, as you can see, he's already at 47. Alright, RCK gets taken down. I would like to go back and see if I can... See that? You see what I mean about, like, the... I don't know what happened there, because they were looking at... Who was it? Like, Color Hex or Note or somebody, and you didn't get to see what happened. Or actually, I think they were looking at Dallas's perspective there. Because I'm sure the talk at halftime for Boston was like, listen, the Sombra's doing whatever she wants. We need to deny her as much alt charge and try to catch her out and kill her a couple times and just kind of negate a lot of her usefulness because she had her RCK had his way all that round. So okay, so Aim God is charging up right here. He's probably just charging up for corners, and he launches them out. RCK is poking right there, and yeah, he just gets fucking deleted by Aim God, and that's going to be disaster for Dallas. It's going to be a 6v5. Alright, so RCK has respawned. We'll see. A lot of times teams will just delay as long as they possibly can, but the second tick has come through, so it looks like they will engage. AKM, way out of position there. Did you see that? Yeah, that was a big yikes. But yeah, RCK had the Discord as well. That was a nice job by Aim God. If you see AKM here, everyone kind of pushes in, but then AKM goes way farther. Like, he ends up past this pole. Like, he uses his personal. Alright, you saw that? He used his personal. So he's going to have to wait about 10 seconds for that. And then look at him. Why did he do that? I mean, it doesn't. There's a very high chance you're losing this fight anyway, but that doesn't mean you just go out of position like an idiot. Like, look at him. He's so far away from the rest of the team. He didn't engage this way. He engaged that way towards the icy depths for some reason. So yeah, he gets melted. Like I said, Boston has good focus fire. They really do. So Closer trades out a kill, OGE trades out a kill, but in the end, it does not matter. RCK gets a little bit more percentage, but already looking much better for Boston, and that is the risk you take when you run the Sombra, because if she gets caught out like that and deleted by the Zen or anybody else, you're screwed. So Dallas, they have a Slam, they have a Brigitte, and they got they're essentially going to have the Trance to pair with the EMP as well. Boston, they're getting close to a lot of stuff, so you can see they're just kind of poking. Color Hex does pull the trigger on the ultimate, and there's the big slam. Fusion's got stunned. They do want to fight this, so Calyx is going to pop that. RCK goes super low. He gets the hack off, but he dies. That was a panic hack right there. That is a panic hack, and that's going to cost them. Yep. That was a terrible decision. That was a, oh crap, the D.Va's shooting me, I'm about to die. Closer popping that to re-engage with Unko, but they're going to get melted. See, that's... Oh. Yeah. Imagine if they had been able to recontest that with the beat going down and a hack. But they weren't. They... Like I said, that was panic. That was legit panic by Dallas coming out there. And Boston with a very, very fast time. Alright. I also wish I could find the videos broken up a little bit, like into the separate maps, because then it'd be a lot easier to just go on to the next video or to skip back a couple seconds. Because a lot of times when I skip back, it goes back like 20 seconds because it's a almost it's an hour 53-minute video, so it's hard to be precise, obviously. Boston just completed their second fastest full clear of Volskaya Industries this stage. Another huge pick by Aim God. Dallas gets destroyed in the poke war right there. Not a whole lot to see there. And with that, that already makes it very hard for Dallas to duplicate Boston's time. Even though Boston's first attack did take a while on first point. Either way, all right. So Dallas is going to do what they did now. They're going to rotate up top. You see Kelix there trying to lay in some damage, maybe get a boop. You're not going to really be able to boop anyone out of position there. Lots of poke damage taken from Boston. Fusions go super low. He does get the heals though. Color Hex is hacked, but they will be able to sustain for now. RCK. Oh, RCK nearly got killed by that fire strike. Blase goes down, and they are going to invest the beat, but yep. Oh no, that's a disaster. Aim God, you can't pull that you can't pull the trigger on your trance there. It's just not a good idea. Kelix and Aim God do get a pair of kills, but it's not gonna matter. They've basically lost everybody, and there it is. So Dallas gets a pretty quick cap as well. Not quite as fast as Boston, but if they can snowball, then they're in really good shape. And they do have snowball potential. They did have to use the EMP, but I mean, look at it. They got the shatter, they got the grab, they got the trance, they got rally as well, and you're getting pretty close to sound barrier. And you know that Kelix and Aim God, they just used their ultimates in that losing fight. Kelix, I could understand popping the sound barrier, but Aim God should not. Like the hack came out, he should not have pulled the trigger. Like I said earlier on that trance, it's just not a good idea. Just let the point go. You're trying to hold on point B anyway. Grab comes in, Color X and Blase go down. All right, that's a really nice clean disengage by the rest of Boston, so they're going to get a nice touch in here. Bomb coming in, they'll disrupt him a little bit. Zachary goes down, but Note can't remech. That's a really nice play by RCK. Fusions won't be able to survive. Kelix goes down. It was a pretty wild grab thrown in by Color Hex. Now we see swaps. Yeah, looks like Dallas should still win this. They take out Aim God. Shatter comes in from Fusions, doesn't really do anything. Note assassinates Uncle. Note getting 2 kills on the Tracer. They're actually gonna win this. That's a disaster for Dallas. That is an absolute disaster. All right, we're gonna have to go back there and look at that a little bit because that is not a fight they should have lost. Okay, so here comes this. They're at 85. This is the recontest. So Boston lost 2 in the Grav, but now they have Kelix, they have Fusions, Aim God, and Note back here to contest, right? So Note throws in his self-destruct over the middle. You see Zachary here. He's the one that dies to it, so we'll have to see what happened with that. AKM has been knocked into the air. OGE is obviously about to engage Fusions, and then you see, like Unko's in the back there. And then I assume Closer is riding on a wall around here too. Unless is that him? That might be him about to knock off Kelix. So we'll see what happens here. Because like I said, for Boston, you're gonna have your grab when you come back. You see he is coming back from spawn as well as Blase. It looks like. So obviously it's not a full contest by Boston. So Dallas is going to have the advantage if they focus fire targets. All right. So okay, that's what happens. So Fusions charges in. Zachary countercharges him with her shield bash, but it obviously stuns both of them, so the bomb is able to pick up the kill on him. You see AKM shooting at Note as soon as he saw him throw in the grav. Aim God right here trying to get some damage in. He's got the Discord out on OGE. So, again, this should not be going well for Boston at all. So the bomb comes in, it kills Zachary. Note is extremely low, and then he also gets hacked. You see the hack start to pop up right here. Closer coming in, looking for like a boop or something. Kelix is, it's funny, they're doing like the same. So Note will not be able to remech here, and that is good. They also do a good job of focusing down Fusions, but okay, so they have 5, Dallas has 5 members alive. The only person who's dead is Zachary. AKM's got some pretty solid charge. They have a slam. They have 2 support ults soon. They're gonna have an EMP soon. They have no excuse to lose this. So we'll see how it kind of develops. Calyx drops in to get his contest in. He gets a nice armor pack, but still gets taken down. So that's 3. At the same time, Color X comes in. He drops the grav. OGE has shattered. You see Aim God on the ground. Looks like Blase was not knocked down by it. Nope. So he's up. So then they don't capitalize. I think that's the first thing that went wrong. OGE's slam was a little weird. I don't really like that idea coming out. So they focused Calyx when he dropped onto point. That was good. So now you have Color Hex contesting the point. Aim God is on the point, and somebody else is on. Looks like it's Blase using his ultimate. So RCK gonna try to get the hack in on Aim God. Let's see if he does. No, Aim God pops the trance. So this is their first disaster. So he doesn't get the hack off. You know, it's whatever. It happens. You can't really fault the player for that. But Aim God's gonna get over, and he's going to get the heals. But also, Unko has popped his ult in the grab, so you should not lose anybody to this Graviton. Yep, so OG gets stunned up, but it's fine. So you're still in good shape if you're Dallas. Remember, you're about to have this, and they've popped Trance. You have Sombra. You're about to have Sombra ultimate. So you got no reason to lose this. Alright, so Color Hex goes over there. He starts focusing whoever was right there. I forget who. That might have been RCK. So also Closer is just dropping his beat right here. I think that's a pretty bad beat drop because you see nobody has lost health, and they're not quite ready to re-engage yet. And why they hold on, why did they disengage? Oh my god, that went back so far. All right, so we see everything unfold. You lose Zachary, but they get 3 in return. Then here comes the trance. Okay. So you see OGE swinging away. So the trance is about to run out. So the trance runs out. You burn the Zen. You really want to burn that Zen, and then whoever's your shot caller, that you want to call out your next target. Whether you want to go for Brig or whether you want to go for Zarya. As long as you call somebody, it doesn't matter. So they start running away. Why do OGE and AKM go back? It's just a Brig and a Zarya. Are they going back to kill? Is that where Aim God went? Okay, yeah, that's where Aim God went. Okay, so that makes a little more sense. But then you can't drop the beat this early. So it was Color Hex was going for RCK over here, but he also gets a Sun Barrier, so he'll be okay. They just killed Aim God, you can see. So again, okay, that's another nice kill. All Boston's has when they get back is Reinhardt ult, so you should still be in good shape. You're still gonna have that EMP, which is still your win condition. So AKM lobbing some damage at Note. OGE is going to engage with fusions. Closer was the one that got the final blow on Aim God. But then Unko is super low. This is their first. It looks like Note just jumped in the back and fucking one-clipped him. Yeah. Note just destroyed him. This is a Note carry for sure. But I think it's also a throw by Dallas. Because you have OGE over here. You got AKM shooting back here. Like, where's your focus fire? Zachary's probably still on his way back. And then Closer, I believe, is back there too, trying to save Unko. Okay, so Fusion's going low. But yeah, Note gets the kill on RCK before... What in tarnation? How did this happen? How did RCK get killed there? Okay. Oh, so RCK was still low. Yep, he was still low, and you see that Note is currently killing Unko. Oof. That's just separation. Separation of your team, and then boop. As soon as RCK goes down, then it's like, oh god. Then Dallas is screwed because they didn't focus fire, so everyone's coming back. Now Calyx has sped these guys back, so Blase Blase, Fusions, Calyx are all right here. I believe Color Hex should still be in the area as well. Note's shooting at your back line, and then OGE's like, wait a minute. He is getting destroyed. While Note single-handedly kills 2 people and forces the other 2 back. That's unbelievable. Wow. Yeah, we're going to see the replay. Here he goes. Unko just gets destroyed. Okay, he didn't one-clip. He one-clipped when he was at half. But, oh. Dallas didn't focus fire targets. So Aim God was able to put in damage before he died, and Note coming back was able to take him out. But the good news is for Dallas, oh man, Zachary dies right as they do it. They do trade out fusions, but then here comes the sound barrier, and they don't have focus fire on the trance or into the grav, and it's just a disaster. Even though they're able to kill Color Hex, you're probably not winning this with the trades. They have huge advantage. Yep. So that one I'm gonna put on Zachary because he died right before the beat came out. That is unlucky to the max, as they say. Now, if you're Dallas, you're already over 2 minutes. You're 2 minutes behind them, and now you're starting to get worried. Because you're not close to your grav, you're not close to your EMP. And how do you really... So you're going to have to poke. You're going to have to poke for an entire fight. Unless you can get a couple of them to make a huge mistake. So then, alright, speed boost engage there. Aim God goes pretty low, but they were able to get him out. I like that. I like that call by Boston to get in, kind of force him back, and then come back. If I'm Boston here, I've used my rally. I'm going in on him right now. I know I still have a huge ult advantage. I know they don't have the EMP quite yet. I'm going super aggro onto OGE right now. Okay, that's a great grab. It's gonna force out the trance. Fusions he doesn't quite get topped up, so okay, so this is the opportunity for Dallas, although the grav gets eaten. Maybe they don't need it though. Looks like they won't need it. That would have been a massive loss if they had lost that because of the eaten grav. But they were able to just overpower them because the thing that happened there was when the grav came out for Boston, Dallas was able to sustain with the trance from Unko, and then they were able to got fusion super low, so then they couldn't just like get him up to full health without help. So then Aim God uses his trance, and then they just get bullied after the trance ends. So if you're Dallas, you're behind by whether it's like 2.5 minutes or like 3 minutes. Maybe even 3.5. But you completed, and if you can get a double cap here, you're still looking pretty good, especially on a map like this, because you know that you don't have to necessarily win this. I mean, of course you would like to win it, but if you just tie, you're in the playoffs. So 2.5. So yeah, they have just under 3 minutes less. Or just over 3 minutes less. They are completely sticking to the Sombra. They must have really seen that in the game plan. Because when we did our video of Boston versus Seoul, Seoul didn't really run Sombra that much, which was really weird because they have Michelle, who's been very, very effective on the Sombra. When they did run the Sombra, it was Munchkin, and then they kind of messed up their comp, like I described in that video. RCK, nice little focus fire on him. Boston definitely better at focusing RCK, and just kind of preventing him from getting that easy damage in. That is definitely one of the big factors this second half that I've noticed already. In terms of the poke battle, I still think Dallas is getting the upper hand most times, which is very impressive, honestly, because like I said, they don't have the diva. Even when they're not getting like good hacks out there, that's a really nice flick. Do you see that flick from Fusions to get his shield over there and prevent the hack from coming in? Alright, Fusions went pretty low, but they forced RCK to retreat, so then they were able to keep him topped off. Oh, OGE's separated now. Yep, Zachary goes to help him. He does a good job, but there's nothing he can really do. And Dallas is going to have to back off, and that is really bad. That is not good for your chances at all. You only got a minute 15, so that's 2 pushes at best. I mean, you're probably only going to get 1 good one and then 1 rushed one if you lose this next one for Dallas. Plus, if you're Boston, even if you lose this next fight, if you drag it out, then Dallas only have 1 fight for last. They would have to drag out the fight for a bit though. Like if I'm Boston here, the strategy that I'm running is just play defensively, play on the point. If we lose this fight, that's fine. Don't use ultimates. That's what I would do. When you have 544, okay, so yeah, here comes they invest sound barrier. Did they invest self-destruct too from note? I don't, because I know he got demeched. No, okay, no, he didn't. He did not use it. So you only lose sound barrier there. That's not the end of the world. Like I said though, like when a hack comes in, a sound barrier isn't gonna save your team. It's just not. If everybody gets hacked, besides like if they hack everyone except Lucio and he drops the beat, in these level matches, I just don't see it being worth it ever. But like I said, Boston, they have 5 other alts. They're in pretty good shape. There's no Brig alt for the fuel, so Boston's definitely going to win the muscle fight, as it were. They drank more protein shakes. Okay, nothing coming out of that combo. Nothing should come out of this combo either. Not looking great for Dallas. They get the EMP off, but it's not. They get the EMP shatter, but they're not able to follow up on it at all because of the other half of Boston shooting at him, and yep, no progress for Dallas. So that is not great. You're not feeling great about your chances if you're Dallas right now. I'm gonna get the light real quick. I just realized how dark it was getting in here. All right. So as you can see, Fusions never stops talking. It's the mark of a good leader. So yeah, I think I've said this a couple times, but um, things that because I was looking for stuff like obviously Dallas had the big advantage at break, so trying to see like what Boston has done to really get back into the series. Like I said, better awareness and tracking, and just a better job of dealing with the Sombra in general. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan. Dallas just must be not confident at all in their ability to beat Boston in a mirror comp because honestly, the Sombra hasn't looked good this map. It looked really good the first 2 maps. It won you those 2 maps. That's great, but you have to think that Boston's gonna counter. Like they're gonna come up with a counter punch. So you're gonna want to switch up your strategy again too. But we will see. Fusion's going low. Zachary went extremely low. Nice. That was a decent fire strike from Fusions. OGE doing a lot better in alt charge though overall. Aimgod already to 50. RCK getting that ultimate really fast. We'll see if they give up a tick here or if they want to re-engage right away. Give up a tick. I don't know why. I mean, RCK has the... Okay, as long as you don't give up 2 ticks here. That's fine. Alright, that hacks everyone except Aimgod. So that will be the wipe. Alex and Note get off without getting staggered too hard. So you pick up a tick if you're Dallas, or if you're Boston. Um, if you're Dallas, though, that's still a good fight win. You've knocked off a minute 20 already, and you've only given up a tick. That is not a bad trade at all. They spot RCK and make him run away, so he's not able to get a ton of all charge. That's important. He's only at 27 now. If they hadn't been able to knock him away there, he'd probably be at like 40, 45 right now. Calyx going low. He's going to have to be careful. Boston coming up on a bunch of their alts. Fusions is the only one that doesn't really... Okay, now he's going to get his really fast. All three support alts coming out from Boston. They need to win this fight. But Fusions goes down. Oh, boy. That... Blase gets a kill there, but they're not going to win. And they layered all three of their support alts. Oh, Aim God popped his, then Blase popped his, and then probably 2 seconds later, Calyx popped his. Oh, I don't know about that one, Chief. In Dallas, they still have two support alts. I'd say the most important ones, and that EMP. Boston does have the combo, but like I said, Dallas, just pop your alts and you should win this. If I am Dallas, I'm trying to just engage here with EMP and then charge a bunch of the alts like Rhine and oh no, they are forced to use the trance as well. But if you're Boston, you lose your grab for that. So looking at it now, if you're Boston, if you get a good shatter, then you're in good shape. But otherwise, I mean, Unko losing his trance isn't that big of a deal because he used it for your grav. And they only have 2.5 minutes now. This is all of a sudden winnable for Dallas. Dallas is playing. They're a bit more. They're just more clean, I would say, on this defense. Cleaner disengages, playing more together. Really getting nice EMPs off. Even though RCK has gotten nice EMPs off pretty much the whole match. All right, that was a really good. That was a really good. Oh yeah, that was a really good. Wait, was the that was the note? Yeah, the bomb was from note. That was a great bomb because it forced AKM into the room, and as you saw, he was alone, and they were able to finish him off. And then the rest of the kills are just gonna come in, like you can see what's happening right now. And about 210 is what Boston is going to have. So if you're Dallas, you're getting a little worried now. ColorX has grav, but you essentially have trance. ColorX very very aggressive with his ultimates for sure. But AKM gets his eaten, but RCK does get aim. Okay, it's not going to matter. But for Dallas, that's a heavy investment. You've used your 3 strongest ultimates, like your 3 win condition ultimates. Well, I guess your 2 win condition ultimates, and then your biggest defense ultimate. You're at 29 on trance. You're at 24 on grav, and you're at 19 on EMP. So you're gonna be a little worried. ColorX is at 63, so he should be able to get there before Unko, even though Unko does charge his trances very fast, and Zens just get their trances very fast in this meta because there's so many people to spam away and hit. All right, so they're going to play like, all right, they flip positions. Zachary goes down early. OGE goes down early. Oh, where was the beat? Where was the beat? That's just it. Okay, we're going to have to look at that one again. That was just completely folded like a bunch of lawn chairs. Did Closer not have it yet? He's at 71 right now. I mean, that's the only excuse I can think of. Zachary's about to have his rally. Okay, so here they come for the re-engage. They get a bit aggressive. Zachary, no cheese. Zachary's a bit over-aggressive right here. You see that? I mean, even that much, that's a little bit of a difference. So Closer's at 83 right now. Okay, I think he just didn't have it quite yet. Zachary has obviously popped that rally, but look at that. Zachary, since he was just a little bit too far up, he's just right in front of OGE's shield. And because he's in front of it, you see his health is just gonna poof, go away. Closer's at 94 now. Yep, not quite in time. He just didn't get it quite in time. Because then OGE has the Discord on him. Look how low he is right now. RCK's shooting in, but Unko doesn't have his trance. And Closer just, you can see the ring coming out because he just got that ultimate online, but it's not going to be in time to save OGE. And, yep, he hits it, but it's only for him and RCK. And RCK gets immediately removed by the self-destruct, so I don't think it wouldn't have mattered anyway at that point. But, so, here we go. Boston took map 3. Just a couple of mistakes by Dallas. That's really what it was. Couple of misplays and then having your Sombra get caught off a couple times. Milk is getting warm. That can be good for much longer. I see a Genji. I see a Tracer, Widow, DPS. Take play on the road with the 2019 Corolla hatchback. Sponsored. Alright, so Dallas is 2-0 on Dorado. We're seeing the exact same comps once again. Besides when they played Winston, I think that Dallas has run Soats every time, and Boston has run standard goats every time. Boston definitely doing better in this poke battle, and they're just kind of making their way through the choke, playing really well, playing together. RCK is super low. He's got to be real careful. Yeah, Dallas just forced back. They lost that poke battle handily. Oh, but there's the early. Wow, that's a great hack. My nose always itches so bad when I do these. So that was pretty much just a RCK carry. He gets that EMP up. He hits a big one, and they win. But the only problem is they used EMP as well as trance. And for Boston, look at that. They're gonna have everything very soon. Fusions is the only one that isn't like there to his ultimate, and he will still get there quick. I mean, with no diva, if he hits a good fire strike and then like gets one swing in, he's got it. Also, we're loading for some reason. Unlucky. Okay, here we go. So definite advantage coming out for Boston. It's going to be essentially 6 ults to 4. And because you got it close already, you obviously only need to win one fight in order to get it to B. So that is the good news for Boston. So Aim God using that to counter the grab. Calyx coming in with his sound barrier. RCK, you can see RCK, of course, doing somber things, shooting from behind. But he is taking some. He's starting to take some damage. And then OGE did not get what he wanted with the shatter. The Boston, if you look at the top left again, they did layer their support ults again. That's what you didn't want to see. They've done that way too many times already. That's definitely an area that they need to clean up a little bit if they wanna do well going forward. But But yeah, I mean, if you look at it, even though the two support alts are about to be down, everybody is very healthy for Boston and for Dallas. They've committed two more alts to it, and they got nothing for it. Yep, RCK gets blown up. And here we go. Even though Kellix goes down to Zachary, that won't matter. They trade out closer. OGE will not last. And that's going to be it. So pretty solid time bank for Boston. That was a nice start. Clean attack. For sure. They did have to invest a lot in it, but when you get a next checkpoint, a lot of the time it is worth it. Plus, RCK is coming up on another Sombra alt, so you fight this next fight. You don't use your alt, you get EMP'd, you die. That's fine. You go into the next fight and they don't have it. Yep, there went the EMP, and you know you can't sustain Blase. I don't know if it was because he was hacked, but he did not use his ultimate, and that is a good thing. Note's gonna actually get his mech back as a baby diva. You do not see that every day. Put that here. Alright, so Grav comes out. They don't. Oh, Aim God uses the trance late. Color Hex is down. You got no damage, Boston. You got no damage. Aim God's trances have not been super clean today. By no means. They're shooting up at RCK. Note's gonna knock him down. That's a good job by him. Nice shatter. Takes out Zachary and Closer. And they're getting a little bit of... They're slowly moving the payload this whole time. Alright, so one more fight. One fight. We'll get them onto point C. Get them attacking. And Color Hex has his grab. Note's about to have the bomb. Unco and Closer have their ults though. So, and then we got another Sombra EMP coming up. Boston hasn't like actually denied an EMP yet, like with whether it's like with a stun or just like catching him out and deleting him right before EMP. So we'll see if they can get one now. Aim God getting that armor, so he's a little bit more healthy. Okay, here it comes. That's a nice EMP. Gets everybody except Aim God. Doesn't need to get Aim God though. Wait, Color Hex used his grav? Oh no. Oh, okay. At least Unco did trade out his trance. Did he actually grab people? Hold on. Because Fusions just gets annihilated. Okay, yeah. So Color Hex used it like right then. He used it back there. It looked like it was kind of more of like a zoning grab to like keep them away from everybody that just got hacked, but didn't really work out. But again, I mean, if you're Boston, this is not worst case scenario. Aim God has his ultimate. Kellix is about to have his. Then you got the bomb as well, and Dallas has just used the trance and the EMP. So, if you can, you should be able to weather the storm of the grav. And if you do, you are in better shape. Fusions and OGE are pretty much the same on Shatter. Honestly, OGE's played well. I think he's probably outperformed Fusions a little bit overall, I would say. Nice performance on the Rhine. All right. Oh, they don't quite get any of the. They got a couple people low, but that was actually a nice job. There was a half layer ultimate by Kellix, but if he didn't do that, I think at least 2 people would have died. So that is actually a good call there. They got to get Fusions back up. Okay, they hit him with the armor pack, but he's back to half. Oh, another huge kill by Aim God. Aim God's ultimates haven't been that great, but man, has he gotten some important kills. So they run on through. Fusions picked up a couple with the shatter. It looked like Closer. I was gonna say Closer has 20 health somewhere, but he got the health back. Now getting on to second point. If Boston can cap here, Capping on Dorado, even with no time, it's good. You will definitely take that. Laze being a little portable shield for aim god. They see them coming around. So fusions, that's a nice disengage. The attackers become the defenders. Switch. There's the EMP. Color Hex is going down. Yep. There they all go. No ults invested by Boston, though. Note is going to get staggered hard. Feels bad. You hate to see it, folks. You hate to see it. Okay. So RCK is already back up to 52%, but he gets taken down a combo by Blase. He was also discorded. The Shatter and the Grav do nothing for Dallas. We'll see if the combo can do anything for Boston. No, it cannot. We're buffering. It's not even, like, the video is fine. There's definitely some buffer room. Hmm. Oh my god. That was a filthy shatter. They're gonna get the follow-up kills. So, pretty much both teams used a lot in that last fight. So, for Dallas, you are gonna have that EMP again. That's very important. OGE also a lot closer to the shadow than Fusions is, and then Closer starting to inch up, even though Kelks is about to have the beat. So, obviously Boston cannot afford to lose a fight. They're like eight-ish seconds. If I'm them, I'm gonna probably beat immediately in this fight and try to get a pick. Yep. Okay, so they do beat immediately. They get aggressive. They take down Unco. RCK gets the hack. It gets 4, but they're not together. But oh man, Dallas was not together, and they weren't quite ready to follow up on all of those kills. So Boston looking pumped about that, and like I said, I would be too if I capped Dorado in the OWL, even in overtime. That is not bad at all. Fusions is hyped. Still communicating, still planning. Like I said, that's generally what I want to see from my shot caller. I don't think he's a shot caller, but Jake is another guy that does that on the Outlaws. He's always talking. This might be a little too far. Yep, a little bit too far. But we see RCK has gone down. Zachary pulling out the Hanzo. I do not think he's actually going to play Hanzo, by the way. Alrighty. Like I said, oh my god. Last time, besides a couple of like dips in quality, it was fine. Today we're having buffering issues. That is really unfortunate. But like I said earlier, they're still running these same comps. Boston standard 3-3, Dallas, Goats minus Diva plus Sombra. Soats. And generally RCK's positioning has been good as well. See, where is he now? Yep, he gets deleted by Aim God. So we saw him coming in. And then Dallas is kind of in a bad spot because you're kind of forced up there. I don't know why they would come up here. I would have just left. Now they're going to get staggered. I think that's a bad shot call right there. Yep. So they crash into him and try to win the fight, but you don't have a diva, so you're probably not going to win that fight, and they don't, and they lose. Oh, do they lose their Zarya? No, they don't. Okay, so AKM gets out with his charge, so that is at least something that they can take solace in. Yeah, I'm gonna need like lozenges on hand for these in the future. My voice gets all scratched up by the end, even with the water. Ultimate's starting to come online right now. Color Hex way ahead of AKM for grabs. He already has his. AKM is just over half. RCK not even up to that. Not up to that EMP yet. That's what happens when you die early, like he did. We'll see if he goes for the grab here. He doesn't have to fear it getting eaten. Okay, there it is. Gets, looks like 4. They do use the trance for it, and here comes the EMP. He does not get aim god though. He doesn't get either of the supports, so that is not a great EMP. Calyx is going to follow up with the sound barrier. They got to get aggressive and get a pick now. Except Closer used his, so that's a nice counter. Now AKM, if they can keep him up, he's about to have his grab, and Boston's not gonna have any way to deal with it. He whiffs the grab. Oh no, AKM whiffed the grab, and they can't get any kills. Oh, that is... Note has to use his bomb, but that's okay. Boston's getting close to another trance. They got another grab. Oh. That's just unfortunate. And it happens. We've seen it happen to Fran a couple times. We've seen it happen to Decay a couple times. AKM, Corey. Maybe tried to get a little too fancy with it. Tried to really fake out Note, but that did not connect. Oh, now IKM's at 22 and he's got no charge. And this is suddenly looking pretty dire for Dallas. Oh, RCK gets spotted out, stunned out, but it doesn't matter. He's got the translocate. Oh, he does get taken down by Aim God, but Aim God absolutely popping off, and then he uses the trance to make sure that they can get the kills. Uh-oh. That's a really nice grab. They know that the Ryan's not there, so they're able to pick up Unco and then AKM. Everyone else follows. OGE, you're all alone, my dude. Dallas down to their last fight for Dallas. They just use the EMP. They just use their trance. They should get Grav if they take the fight a little bit slow. So that's gonna be their only solace. But Color Hex, he's at 39 with full energy. He might be able to get his about the same time AKM does at this rate. Okay, AKM going to 89. Note engaging with another ultimate. A little bit too far. It doesn't get a whole lot done. Doesn't even really split the team there. That's a nice ultimate from Calyx. Now Aim God's gonna be able to use his. Can they get the kill on OGE? He's going really low. They do get the kill on OGE, and this is looking bad. RCK switched to Diva, but it's not gonna matter. Oh no, the trance comes out from Unco, but it looks like we're going to a 5th map for sure. Dallas never really found their footing. Sombra was not very effective there on Dorado, and that's it. Boston ties it up. Adapted to that Sombra. I'm going to keep saying it. Trying to think what else. Like, honestly, like, Color Hex has done a much better job. that's one thing. He hasn't gotten any of his ultimates eaten these last couple rounds. He's honestly outplaying AKM, which is weird. The last two rounds, because I would definitely consider AKM a better Zarya. But we'll see what happens the last map. I believe they go to Nepal. The first one was on Helios. Probably gonna have to give it a little bit of time to buffer. OGE trying to keep everyone's spirits up. I like that. That's one thing. Like a lot of times when teams get reverse swept, I feel like they just kind of tilt after the fourth map and then don't play nearly as well on the fifth one. Which may or may not have something to do with what happened to Dallas. At least on the fourth map, they might have been a bit angry with themselves after the third map because they did put themselves in a position where they could have at least tied, but they were not able to get it done. I'm going to go check and see if they determined who is the 3 seed and who's the 4. Yeah, so Nepal. So, a couple of good summer maps here. Shrine in particular is good. Looks like we're seeing RCK and the Diva, at least for now. See if they opt for the mirror. Looks like... Alright. Toronto. Or no, sorry. Philadelphia's going to be playing Atlanta. And then San Francisco is going to be playing Toronto. So, I think Toronto is going to lose. I think Philadelphia is probably going to lose, too. So, yeah. Some interesting matchups. For sure. I wonder if Philadelphia won and decided to not be number 3 or what. That's what I would have done. Alright, so it's a nice rotation by Dallas. They were losing the poke fight, so they rotate back to point, and they do get the early cap. That's very, very important. OGE gets melted, though, so it looks like they won't hold it for long. Will they just die on point? No, they don't die on point. I mean, it's only a couple seconds, but... So, Boston looking a bit stronger in the 3-3 against 3-3, which I think makes sense. I mean, I think there's a reason why Dallas wasn't playing it before. Okay, Zachary beefing everyone up with his ultimate. Blase did the same thing, so... Oh, it's a huge pick by Aim God. Aim God going nuts once again. Can they keep Note in his mech? That's going to be the only important thing. Yep, they will. Not a good start for Dallas at all. It's not what you would like to see. Opting into that mirror matchup. Probably tried something like crazy if I'm Dallas. Because, like, if you didn't opt into the 3-3 matchup, you're obviously not super confident. So I don't know why you would now in the last map when they're all warmed up on it and you're not at all. Grab comes out. RCK uses his ult. Fusions gets knocked down by the Shatter, but... Oh, Blase does get taken out. RCK is super low. Zachary's super low. Zachary goes down. I think that's it. I think Boston takes this round right away. Yeah, like I said, it's just... Again, this one was pretty simple. There's not a whole lot to analyze here. Boston won the poke war. For sure. They're more together. And they're, I would say, just a better GOATS team. At least today in this matchup. So, we'll see. Shrine is... Yeah. Let's Back to the stream. Alrighty. They get Sanctum, though. Oh, wait, no, it's Shrine. Never mind, it's Sanctum. Faking me out, Blizzard. Faking me out. Alright, so we see Winston come out, as we often do on Sanctum, at least for the first couple fights. Okay. Comes the poke. They did about the same amount of damage. Color Hex is super low. They have to be careful of that. Oh, but so is RK. Oh, RCK loses mech. That's huge. Fusion's going right in on the Zarya. And then backs off. That's a good job of not feeding her a bunch of ultimate and getting a bit for yourself. Ooh, OGE's a bit separated here. They're not going to be able to capitalize on it, though. Fusions. Oh, Fusions goes back to the point, and his team is gone. Oh, alright, that's good for Dallas. They're gonna get that first. Dallas doesn't even really have ult advantage, honestly. I mean, they do on Zarya, but other than that, like, Blaze's grab comes in. And, alright, it is enough. And God was at 96 to his ultimate. Could not quite make it. So, Dallas does get to 35. If you're looking at Boston's ultimates, though, they should be able to for sure win this. They're gonna, I mean, best case for Dallas, they're gonna have the exact same amount of ultimates, except for obviously they won't have Grav. And Color Hex is alive right now, so we